if you sit down and work the probabilities of even some modest amino acid being formed randomly by random mutations in this soup of inorganic chemicals, randomly, until some modest amino acid appears and it clicks in place that it does a function that is meant to do, it will take longer than the age of the universe if you have a mutation, I think a second or a mutation, something like a mutation, as I have in the book, this, I don't remember the exact numbers, but if you have a mutation taking place every second, something like that, it will take longer than the age of the universe to even form the most basic RNA something structure is. So what I'm saying here, I'm saying that
it speaks
we
to
talk
design.
we talk about evolution here, but we also talk about intelligent design. We talk about creation. So which one is which? You talk to church people, they will say creation, of course. You talk to science people, they will say, oh, it's evolution, it's Darwinism. All right. What I'm saying is that they're both true. I'm saying that there was a process of seeding. There was a process of initial state being created, the rules set in place, and then let it go. And evolution took over, and then we see the complexity that we see today, and the world, the way it is, the universe, the life forms, and everything else. But there was creation at the point of creation. At some point, there was intelligent design.
But that also has its own chicken and egg. Who created the creator?
It's an epistemic sort of. You kick the can down the road. You are not answering. You are just shifting the problem somewhere else. He's not telling us where we come from, what was before, why do we exist rather than why there is something rather than nothing. All these questions, what's consciousness and all that stuff, you don't get an answer by saying there is a process of creation or there is a simulation. You don't. You just move the post into another location, and then the same questions remain, actually. Because you move exactly the same framework and questions to the next location. Like what was before that, or who is that? That entity that seeded and we may never have an answer to this. But to say that things came about randomly,
you're not buying it.
Well, there are two possibilities. Either there were an infinite number of trials. In other words, universes, like a universe formed, nothing happened. The probabilities didn't click in place, nothing happened. There is no life, there is no, the universe is not stable. The Planck constant is not the Planck constant. The speed of light is a bit off, and that doesn't work. Next, another universe appears, another Big Bang, again, I can't tell who creates these cycles and why these things happen, but you can imagine zillions and zillions and zillions of times this process taking place until, boom, a perfect universe appears where all the constants are in place. It's prime for occurrence of life, biological life forms, intelligence. You either think that the universe attempted itself to form so many infinite times, a very large number of times, until probabilistically it's non-zero. It's non-zero. It's like saying, hey, I have a lorry with bricks, and I'm going to throw the bricks out of the lorry one by one, and they will arrange themselves into a house. But there's nobody there. There are no builders, no workers, no engineers, I just randomly threw the bricks out of I'm not even looking. I'll throw them like this, and then by the time I finish, I turn, and there is a house behind me. So exactly this is what I'm saying. And guess what? There is a non-zero probability this is possible. If you do this an infinite times, at some point you are going to get the last brick in the right place and maybe get a house.
Is this because the rules of physics are so finely tuned?
Exactly.
That if you make slight changes, everything collapses or doesn't work?
Not only the physics, but in biology it's almost statistically impossible to have life appearing by itself. the evolution is fine and is true, and there is evidence of that.
It's the
but
start.
the start, that first, the seeding thing, that the spark, the initial spark, that we can't really explain. So you either have this brick throwing and building a house so many times until it just happened, or there is somebody who says, hey, I have a design here, a blueprint. I've got a couple of brick layers behind me. Give me brick by brick and I'm going to build a house. It's either that or is accident. Now you choose. You do the maths. I believe it's design. I believe it's not an accident. I believe there is intelligent design behind everything.